The Letter I Never Sent. My name is Daniel Carter, and I want to tell you a story. A story I've never told anyone before. It's about regret, forgiveness, and a letter I never sent. I hope you'll listen, and maybe by the end it will help you forgive someone, or maybe even yourself. The Summer of Silence. It started when I was 18 years old. I had just finished high school. My father, Thomas Carter, was a quiet man. He worked at a car repair shop 6 days a week. He didn't talk much, especially not to me. We never played football together, never went fishing. Our conversations were short. Did you eat? Yes. Homework done? Yes. Good. That was it. He wasn't cruel, just distant. My mother said, "He loves you, Daniel. He just doesn't know how to show it." But I didn't believe that. I thought he didn't care. That summer, I got a job at a bookstore. I loved books, stories about people, emotions, life. My father didn't understand it. He once said, "Books won't fix a car." That was his way of saying books were useless. So I stayed quiet. I read in my room, avoided dinner, avoided him. One evening I was reading The Old Man and the Sea when he walked in. He stood at the door and asked, "Why don't you ever talk to me?" I looked up, angry. "Because we don't have anything to say." He nodded, walked out, and closed the door. That was the last real conversation we ever had. The phone call. Years passed. I moved to New York for college. I studied English literature, became a writer. I was happy, finally living my dream. I didn't call home much. My mom called sometimes. She would say, "Your father asks about you, you know." I would answer, "He knows how to use a phone." Then one day, everything changed. It was a rainy Thursday. I remember because I had just spilled coffee on a new manuscript. My phone rang. It was my mother. "Daniel," she said, her voice shaking. "Your father had a heart attack." The words hit me like a truck. I flew home the next morning. At the hospital, my father was unconscious. Tubes, machines, beeping sounds. My strong, silent father looked small, fragile. I sat beside him and stared. There was so much I wanted to say. I thought of all the things I never told him, so I wrote a letter. The Letter I Never Sent. Dear Dad, I've been angry at you for a long time. Maybe it's because I thought you didn't care. Maybe because you never said you were proud of me. But today I saw you lying there, and I realized something. You showed love in your own way. You worked every day so we had food. You fixed my bike when it broke. You drove me to school even when you were tired. You were never loud with words, but maybe you were loud with actions. I'm sorry I didn't see it before. I crossed the wording. I know you. Love, Daniel. I folded the letter and put it in my pocket. I planned to read it to him when he woke up. Regret and forgiveness. After the funeral, I stayed home for a week. One night, I found myself in his workshop. The smell of oil and old metal was still strong. I looked around, and then I saw something. On a shelf, hidden behind a box, was a notebook. I opened it. It was full of sketches. Car engines, yes, but also people. A boy flying a kite. A man reading a book. A father and son sitting on a porch. At the bottom of one page, in rough handwriting, it said, "I don't know how to talk to Daniel. I wish I could. I'm proud of him, but I can't say it." I sat there for hours holding the notebook, crying. The man I thought didn't care, did care, deeply. But I never told him I forgave him. I never said, "I see you now." I never sent the letter. The lesson. Years have passed. I'm older now. I'm a father myself. And sometimes I still write letters I never send. But with my own son, I try to say the words I wish I'd heard. I love you. I'm proud of you. Sometimes people love us in quiet ways, through actions, not words. And sometimes we don't realize how much they love us until they're gone.
So here's my message to you, listener. If there's someone in your life you're angry with, talk to them. If you love someone, tell them. Don't wait. Send the letter.
This is English Story Chanel. Subscribe my Chanel and listen more stories.